Hello there. This is a replay analysis for bobbyray. He's solo queuing into ranked threes. All right, and he's maining the Dominus GT. I haven't seen that one in a while. Let's get started. Looking forward to this. You know what though? I have actually watched this before. I see you've added a lot of keyframes in there because I mean some of the goals in this game are pretty interesting. I think we want to talk about this first goal that gets scored against you in particular, right? It may seem like, oh, this guy Tornero, right? Like in the heat of the moment, this goal, you can in the heat of the moment you'd think about it two ways. You'd say either this guy Tornero is a guard, right, or my teammates are shit and they should have saved it or whatever. But if you take a look from Tornero's perspective, let's take a look. He gets some, we'll call them calculated hits off the wall here. So he gets it. Well, let's go back a few seconds. So he's going up the wall. He makes nice that. See, ooh, I don't know how calculated that was. You hit it. I think he got lucky. Well, he certainly got lucky with that last one. Let's call that first one calculated. Let's say he's mastered that. But that last hit that just beamed your last teammate. Let's go back and watch that one more time. So he gets that hit, beams one team a bit. Then that last hit there gets your other one, and he sends it home. So I mean, but what I really want to talk about, like, is there anything you could have done? I mean, obviously, at this point here, nothing, right? Because at this point here, you're on 0 boost, right? What can you do against this guard Tornero? But really, like, what brought you into this position in the first place? You're in their corner with 0 boost, and somehow you're facing up their wall, right? You shouldn't be in that position, realistically. Like, I mean, look, in 3v3, you've got a lot more leeway than in 2v2. But a lot more leeway to sort of go in all in on a challenge or on an offensive play, and then have some sort of reasonable expectation that your other two teammates behind you are going to be able to sweep things up, pick up the pieces. And unfortunately, they both get beamed, of course. But could you have prevented this? And let's just go back a few seconds. So here, you use all your boost here to try and make this play, and then I think you should have realized maybe 3 or 4 seconds, maybe call it 3 seconds before this moment, that you should have just rotated back out. And at that, like, if you realized here, I got 26 boost, maybe I'm not the person who should be making this next play, because Tornero's closer to it and so on. I should just rotate back and get some boost. I think that's probably what I would have done. I wouldn't have tried to go up the wall and meet this. I mean, in a normal situation, it wouldn't have been a big deal if you did that, right? Because your teammates probably would be able to be fine. Unfortunately, they both get beamed. I don't want to harp on this goal too much, but I think that's a good thing to think about. Like, when you're solo queuing and you can't realistically call things, you're not on comms, you can't call things out. You need to have some sort of enough trust in your teammates, but also this a general sort of philosophy that you can't put yourself in positions where you're on their side with no boost as much as possible. You only like if you go into it with that mindset, like, I'm not gonna play super defensively, but also I'm not gonna overcommit to the point where I'm on their side with no boost. You're gonna have a lot better time when solo queuing, particularly, sort of through the diamond level. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Right, popping up for boost on the kickoff. All right, we leave the boost for a teammate there. Right, we get a nice dunk. All right, nice rotating back, knowing that it's not your ball. Pardon me. Yeah, good speed there. Now, of course, XVITX, XVITX. I don't know. I mean, he made a silly play there on the ball. He wasn't going to be able to get anything good on that unless he was some sort of guard. But your other teammate, who was that, by the way? It's Hodenice in the Eck. Okay, let's go take a look at what he was doing over here. Sorry, a few seconds back. So he's up here. Okay, well, he wasn't going to be ready for a pass anyway, so that's not worth talking about. Let's go back to you for a moment. Right, let's pick up some boost. Back into the play, because no one... Oh, okay. Okay. So, who ended up scoring that? X-Fitter. Okay. Sorry, I haven't even been looking at the thing down the bottom. I thought that play was doomed, but actually it ended up being a goal. Okay, so we're putting it out. I mean, that's a nice looking move, obviously, like sort of being able to go upside down and aerial. I think you probably realized a split second after hitting it, it's like, oh wait, I'm just giving them the opponents the easiest pass possible. And I think, obviously in this situation, it's easy to look back and say, oh yeah, well you should have done something different, right? But just a good rule of thumb in general is when it comes to, unless you're passing directly to a teammate, which doesn't happen a lot until like the champion ranks. Unless you're passing directly to a teammate, you don't really want to be passing the ball forward, if that makes sense. You always want to be sort of passing it slightly back off the, like for example, off the wall. This sort of counts as being off the wall because you came off the wall. So if you're for example, if you're hitting the ball off the wall, you're bouncing it off the wall. You don't want to be doing that forwards generally. I mean, obviously every rule's meant to be broken, but because it's only going to go towards your teammates. I mean, you must have seen that, you know, on defense when you hit it off your sidewall on defense and it just goes straight to an opponent. That's the sort of thing we're talking about. All right, Tornero, the guard is at it again. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we got a nice calculated touch there. Similar to that first goal that they got against you. So, you know, the scores are even in that regard, although it is 1-2. All right. All right, nice rotation back to the back post there. You know, getting, you know, it's good goalkeeping. Although I think we push forward a little bit far, considering Holderness in the Eck is already there. So I think really at this point here, you just hold your ground. Be ready to go up the wall if you need to, or save a shot from the back post if you need to. But here we sort of go back a little bit forward when this could have been. Oh well, Forever Death. He's he's having a break. All right. Oh, okay. He suddenly comes to life. This is nice, you know, controlling it. That's a good play because I mean, Forever Death, he did come back to life, but. Ultimately, that was the right play to try and control it. Although here, you should have made a better attempt to stay behind that ball. You know, get that 50-50. Although you just pushed it away from you a little bit too much. All right. We get the clear. We might not watch all of this. Oh, okay. I think any situation in which you are reversing for any extended period of time is a situation that you need to avoid. Like, if you really need to go backwards, do a half flip and go back, or just like keep supersonic. Like, you just want to keep your speed up because trying to go forward again from going backwards just uses a whole lot of boost, and you have to start from zero momentum, and it's not a great idea. We're being a bit passive here because I think you can count on. Okay. So you can see here, okay, but at this point here, you can see your teammates are basically in net, all right? So now is the time that we need to sort of make a challenge. And even if you don't win that challenge, it's going to give your teammates a lot better of a chance to get control of the ball. Ultimately, we just gave Tornero too much time. We got a triple commit on the save there. All right, and Tornero's back at it again. This guy. Can he be stopped? Alright, that worked out. Alright. Alright, he's got a lot of time here. So he sort of did... Yeah, just banging it forward because... I mean, this is his hit, of course, but just banging it forward because, you know, forward equals good is something that you've got to really move away from when you go up the ranks. It's about... Oh, I remember this goal. This one. Yeah. The mind game was very... I mean... Holderness could have had a better hit on that, didn't end up having, and you had already done some weird pre-jump thing, and ultimately your team got mind gamed into oblivion. So, you know, well done on KLN for that one. Okay, so we're in a difficult position here. Oh, see something like this. It's like, I don't know what. Let's like right here. This 5 seconds or so. Let's see what your teammates are looking at. They're looking at you, deciding, am I going for the ball? Am I not going for the ball? Am I going for the ball? And so like someone could have made a play on that, but you ended up not going for it, and then now your teammate doesn't get to the ball. Oh, well, he does in the end anyway because they beamed it. But you want to make it more clear, I guess. Where's you? I guess. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out. So I guess here, I mean, that was your ball, realistically. I know you were expecting your teammate to come flying at it. I think you were in the best position to go for that. I think you should have gone for that. But you know what? Let's not beat ourselves up about that. That was unfortunate. Forever Dev did get a really nice save off that back wall there. I think, let's see what we're doing here. We could have made a better attempt to make it more, rather than just going for the goal, because ultimately, like, if there's like a couple of people in their goal area, just banging it at the goal is usually not the best play. You want to be making it more awkward for them, making them use more boost by hitting it high above the goal. Like, hitting the crossbar is not bad. I mean, it is in certain situations where you really need the goal, but just putting pressure on by hitting the crossbar, you know, going high, is going to make more of a difference overall in getting the eventual goal. All right, good positioning here. All right, we're waiting for. Oh, okay, well done. Ooh. Okay. All right. So, oh goodness. Okay. All right. Nice first touch. Maybe consider take. Oh goodness me, that was a nice flick. I would consider like learning how to do it without ball cam, because it looked like it was a bit awkward, your view there. Oh goodness, Tornero comes in. Will we watch the rest of the video? Just trying to work out if there's any other important things we need to talk about. Oh yes. Okay. Well, those happen because I mean, because ultimately what happened here is, you were trying to go for the ball here. I mean, there was a reasonable chance you better pinch it off the wall or something with KLN, but then by the time you miss it, now you're on the wall and now you're in a really poor position to make a save. And what's the best thing to do there? Because KLN potentially, from your perspective, could just have a shot on goal, right? And so your best chance there is to go just for the ball to try and get it. So it ultimately just doesn't work out well, and just by a matter of split seconds. Let's skip ahead to the last goal here, see what happens before that, see if there's anything important we can talk about. Okay, well. Whew. Alright. Honestly, I don't think you played badly here at all. I think I looked at the ball chasing website. I think you were Diamond 2. I think you got some good mechanics and, you know, general speed and awareness. The opponent certainly got... it's hard to say, did they get lucky? Not so much lucky. I mean, they certainly got some really unexpected goals that were difficult to defend against. And you kind of did what a lot of people would do in that situation, and it just didn't end up working out. But in terms of important things to take away, that first one about making sure you're not in a position where you've used all your boost, and you're on their side. So this is particularly when solo queuing. When you're in comms with someone, that's a different sort of story. But particularly when you're solo queuing, you've got to be a little bit more conservative, but not like super defensive. I'm not saying goal. Hopefully you understand what I mean by this. What's the next one? I saw you trying to do a dribble. You got a nice flick on there. Certainly try to dribble, learn how to dribble with ball cam off. So if you're trying to go for those flicks, it's not the greatest flick, but you know what I'm saying. It's going to make a difference in being able to get more control while dribbling. What else have we got? I think that's kind of it. There's actually not a lot that I was seeing that was particularly bad. Maybe I'd need to see some more games to be able to get a better idea of what was going on, because there were some interesting things in that game that were happening. But anyway, hopefully some of that was useful. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.